Welcome to True Affair Stories. Today, I'll tell you a real story about how a friend got his best friend's wife pregnant. It's a story full of secrets and surprises that you won't want to miss. It started like any other day, or at least David thought it would. A simple picnic with Jess and Brian. What could be more harmless? He wasn't expecting any surprises, just a casual hangout with his best friend and his wife. But as they say, life doesn't always go as planned. "Hey, did Jess tell you why we invited you here today?" Brian asked, casually leaning back, a strange glint in his eyes. David felt his nerves tighten. No, I thought we were just here to have a picnic." But Brian didn't respond right away. Instead, he smiled. It was the kind of smile that hides something beneath the surface. "Jess told me everything," he said after a pause, his voice steady. "She told me how you've been seeing her behind my back. That the past 2 years, David's heart sank. This was it. The secret was out, but before panic could fully set in, Brian suddenly laughed and said, "Nah, I'm just kidding. What I really wanted to ask is, will you help us with our gender reveal party?" The relief hit David like a wave, a prank. He tried to laugh along, but the truth was still lodged deep in his chest. Jess and David had been sneaking around for years, and now the baby she was expecting could very well be his. A secret they both agreed would stay buried. It wasn't always easy keeping it hidden. There had been that one conversation earlier when Jess had confessed the truth. "It's yours, David," she had said, her voice trembling. "The baby, it's yours." David was floored. His entire world felt like it was spinning out of control. "Are you sure?" he had asked, praying she'd say no. But she didn't. And now, with the baby on the way, their secret loomed larger than ever. "I'm married, Jess," David had whispered, panic rising in his voice. "If Brian ever finds out, I don't even want to think about it." Jess had tried to calm him down. "Why does Brian need to know? You two look alike. No one will ever suspect it's yours." And so, the lie continued, growing bigger with each passing day. When the baby was born, Brian didn't question a thing. After all, the child looked just enough like him. David felt a strange sense of relief, but it didn't last. Secrets like these never stay buried forever. Then came the day Brian stumbled upon the paternity test. The envelope, sealed tight, was supposed to be safe, but it wasn't. Suspicion filled Brian's mind, and he couldn't ignore the nagging feeling. He picked up the phone and called the doctor. Moments later, his world came crashing down. "Alex isn't my daughter," Brian whispered to himself, feeling the weight of betrayal. He confronted Jess and David, his voice tight with anger. "So it's true, the baby, she's not mine." Jess, in tears, tried to defend herself. "I wanted to tell you, Brian, I really did." But David, he made me stay quiet. David stood there, caught between guilt and regret. "I didn't want this to happen," he said, voice breaking. "I never wanted to hurt you." But the damage was done. Years of friendship, trust, and love all shattered in an instant. Brian, heartbroken, told David to leave. "Get out of my house. Stay away from my daughter, my family." He turned to Jess, eyes cold. "You're dead to me." The days that followed were filled with silence, broken only by the sound of Alex's laughter. Brian still loved her, even if she wasn't his by blood. She was his daughter in every way that mattered. But the pain didn't go away. Then, out of nowhere, Jess reached out. She hadn't spoken to David since everything had come out. But she told Brian that David wasn't doing well. He had fallen back into old habits, addiction, struggles, spiraling down. Not long after, David showed up at Brian's door, a shadow of the man he once was. He was desperate, broken. "I'm so sorry, Brian," David said, his voice heavy with emotion. "I've lost everything, my family, my friendship with you. Jess won't even let me see Alex." Brian, still filled with anger, didn't know what to say, but as he looked at David, he saw the regret, the pain, and in that moment he realized that holding on to the anger wasn't going to help anyone. "Come here," Brian said, opening his arms. It wasn't a full forgiveness, but it was a start. They hugged, and for the first time in a long while, David felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe things would never be the same, but at least they could both begin to heal. So the story that had started with lies and secrets ended with something unexpected, a chance for redemption. It wouldn't be easy and it wouldn't happen overnight, but there was a path forward, however difficult it might be. Don't forget to like and subscribe. for more interesting and charming affairs happening around you.